I'm Susan Page. Do you have a difficult time talking about your deceased spouse, especially to someone for their first time? It's hard to talk about your spouse without crying because you have so many emotions. Talking with your family is one thing, but talking to a stranger is another. When you call a utility company or a credit card company and have to explain that your spouse died, it kind of sticks in your throat. Or you may run into someone who doesn't know, maybe a client or a friend you don't really see all that often. Or perhaps you go to a restaurant that you frequented with your spouse. The client, friend, or bartender or server probably asks about your spouse. It is so difficult the first time you have to tell somebody that your spouse died. And you probably say passed away. I don't know why, but saying passed away sounds, I don't know, so much less scary than died. I remember the first time I went to Fleming's alone. Mike, the bartender, who took care of my husband Greg and me for years, asked if Greg was parking the car. It was awful. He didn't even know Greg was sick because it's not something we shared. So he was shocked. Eventually, though, as I went back to restaurants or other places, I could talk about Greg. The initial sting was over. This difficulty talking about your spouse is normal, and it does become less traumatic over time. I just finished facilitating another one of the 8-week grief forums I run in Central Florida for people who lost their spouse. And I can tell you how much talking helps widowed people. In week 1, every participant has a difficult time talking about their spouse. But pretty much by the 8th week, they can more easily share thoughts about the one they lost. It's still not easy, but they are more capable to talk. And talking about your spouse to others is part of theme 2 for my book, Working Through Your Grief. Yes, it may be painful, but it's necessary. And the more you talk, the easier it becomes and the more you heal. Remember, the purpose of grieving is to bring healing. So make the effort. Tell the same story over and over again. Find people who will listen. Although you may find it challenging to find someone who will truly listen, not just superficially. Personally, I found that widowed people listen better and have more patience with my talking and telling stories. And don't forget God. He has unlimited time to listen, and He's always available. So let Him help you heal. Until next time, I'm Susan Page. Bye.